Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Wiz, and welcome to the latest edition of the Fine Line Podcast. Good to have you along for another big weekend of winners. Today's show is brought to you by NielsenDodge.com. Whether you have no credit or poor credit, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a driver's license, you'll be driving home in a brand new or pre-owned vehicle in a whiz moment. Visit NielsenDodge.com. And today's show is brought to you by Cheerleaders in Philadelphia. Visit CheerleadersPhiladelphia.com. Great to have you along for another big weekend of winners on the Fine Line Podcast. Behind the scenes, we got Katie, we got Matt, and Jordan will be back in the studio next week. And of course, I'm the Wiz, and we'll be bringing you some big winners in the next 40 minutes on a special edition of the Fine Line Podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and we're happy to have you. Ton of action going on this weekend. Now that this tropical storm Debbie has passed us, we got a ton of baseball action. The Yankees are in action in the Bronx. The Mets are out in Seattle in a crucial series for both teams. Philadelphia takes on Arizona, Cleveland, Minnesota, Astros, Red Sox. Those are the marquee matchups for this weekend in baseball. Meanwhile, in the NFL on Saturday, there are 9 NFL games on Saturday, highlighted by the kickoff at noontime on Saturday. You don't get too many kickoffs in the NFL on Saturday because that belongs to college football. But Saturday, the Washington Commanders take on the New York Jets. The current line has the Commanders favored by 2.5, and the total's at 34.5. We'll also talk about the matchup on Saturday night between the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs as they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are favored by 1, and the total in this game is at 40. We got basketball action. It's for the gold medal. 3:30 on Saturday. Team USA takes on France. USA is heavily favored by 16.5. And the total's at 178.5. Let me tell you something. USA is very fortunate to be playing in the gold medal. Serbia and Jokic had Team USA on the ropes. USA was able to overcome a 17-point deficit to knock off Serbia. And now they take on the home team, France, in Paris for the gold medal. Team USA will be looking for their 5th straight gold medal, and it's not going to be easy against a good France team who knocked off Germany, knocked off Canada. Wow, we got a ton of action going on here. Horse racing, Saratoga had to cancel on Friday because of Tropical Storm Debbie. College football starts in 2 weeks. That's right, we're going to go out to Dublin, Ireland, where Florida State takes on Georgia Tech at Aviva Stadium. We'll talk about that matchup just 2 weeks away. College football time is really flying, and I am really pumped up because I have 2 major plays going off today, one in baseball. It's a big dog, and everyone knows I specialize in underdogs. Well, I found another one in baseball where you're going to get a good ROI. And you know what that is, right? Return on investment. We stress that all the time here on the show. All you have to do is call or text 201-906-3853 and use your free VIP code 909. It's that simple. Every week I use that same code. You call or text, you hit that code, and bingo, I'm going to send you a big dog in baseball. Plus, I found a big dog in football. That's right, there are 9 NFL games on Saturday, starting off with the Jets taking on the Commanders. The line for this game on Saturday at noon, the Commanders are favored by 2.5, and the total in this game is at 34.5. Well, out of the 9 games, I found the one game where the line is off by 10 points. It's going to be an easy winner. You'll get the preseason winner, and you'll also get the big dog in baseball. Just hit me up right now, 201-906-3853. Call me right now. Use your free code 909. Don't be afraid to call. I'll give you the baseball dog, and I'll give you the big play in football. And you can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter, JoeWizSports.com. That's my website. But if you want to follow me on Instagram, just go to Joe Wiz Sports. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Joe Wiz Sports. Hey, some people like Twitter, some people like Instagram. Personally, I like Instagram better. It's more user-friendly. I have a ton of people sending me DMs looking for free picks. And if you'd like to get a free copy of my newsletter, go to my website, which I just mentioned, joewizsports.com. That's JOEWIZ sports.com. Hit me up on the website. You can go in there. You can subscribe to get a free newsletter. We get a lot of good information on baseball. We got information on the NFL coming up, and we got a lot of information on horse racing. Whatever you like, soccer, football, basketball, we got you covered. Go to the website to get a free copy of the newsletter, joewizsports.com. Wow, where do we start here? I mean, the Yankees taking on Texas. How about the Yanks? It's embarrassing. The Yankees were outscored by the lowly Angels without Mike Trout in the last 2 games, 17-6. Nestor Cortez got lit up. 4 2/3 of an inning, 9 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs. Listen, there's no shot. Any Yankee fan that thinks your team is going to win the World Series, you stop smoking that 4-2-0. It's not going to happen. They're going to make the playoffs and they're going to get knocked out. That's it. They're lucky that the Baltimore Orioles are struggling. I mean, hey, Baltimore and the Yankees are both struggling. They both have 48 losses going into the weekend series. I mean, right now, the Red Sox are just 4 games behind the Orioles and Yankees in the loss column. Imagine if the Red Sox somehow come back to win the AL East. It is possible because the Yankees stink and the Baltimore Orioles have been struggling. And Texas Rangers really need to win because right now they're in 3rd place out in the West. And the only shot of them getting into the postseason and defending their World Series crown is to win the West because in the wild card race, they're almost 10 games out. What's going to happen with the Yankees? Well, let me tell you something. Texas cannot be taken lightly. And, I'm telling you right now, it wouldn't shock me if Texas Rangers took 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. Plain and simple. Yankees are very lucky because they have a very soft schedule after this. They have the Texas Rangers for 3. Then they go on a road trip. They take on the lowly White Sox. Then they take on the Tigers. That's a 6-game road trip. Then they come home against the Guardians, which will not be easy. Guardians have come down to earth. And then they got the Rockies. So they'll have 3 with the Guardians at home and 3 with the Rockies. And then they travel to Washington to take on the Nationals. So, Yanks have a very reasonable schedule here. But listen, if you think the Yanks are going to win the American League, it's not happening. I have a lot more to talk about here. I'm going to have some big winners all over the place here. In the NFL, I'm going to talk about Team USA taking on France and what to expect in the gold medal game. It's all coming up here on the Fine Line right after this.
I'm Matt Brown with your MLB Flash Update. The Astros try to stay hot as Houston heads to Fenway to battle the Red Sox. The Stros have worked their way back into a tie for first place with the Rangers after taking 2 of 3 from them in Arlington. In the other dugout, the Sox have been dynamite on the road but struggle to win at home where they currently sit 1 game under 500. Houston is currently favored to win the West at -200. Will Houston's dominance out West continue? Head over to Joe Wiz Sports on Instagram for the winner.
Robot, why do customers love Nielsen Dodge?
Low prices, great service. Lisa new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT Plus E all-wheel drive, just $89 a month.
And the robot never asked for a raise.
I don't want a raise.
See?
I want to run the whole show.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com. It's the season.
With approval, term Hornet 24 months, do it sign, $40.89. Add tax tag and $4.98 dock and DMV fees.
This is The Wiz. Did you just text me? Well, you can. 201-906-3853. Let me know if you want a free winner in baseball, if you want a free winner in soccer, the WNBA, horse racing, I got you covered. 201-906-3853. Plain and simple. Text and win. Let me know if you want baseball, you want soccer, WNBA, horse racing, I got you covered. 201-906-3853.
Hey Mike, you hear about this sports handicapper Joe Wiz?
Isn't he the guy that has that sports betting show on ESPN? ESPN?
Yeah, I started following him on Twitter and he's been on fire. I don't even have to call anyone for the free pick.
Are you serious?
Yup, just follow him at Joe Wiz Sports on Twitter and his handle is the same on Instagram.
Didn't he make that big $20,000 bet or something I saw on the news?
Yeah, I think the video is on his website, joewizsports.com.
I'm gonna follow him now. What's his Twitter again?
It's at Joe Wiz Sports.
Wow, I just followed him. He's the real deal, all right. He's on ESPN with thousands of followers.
You can call or text him to get a free winner instantly. Here's his number, 201-906-3853.
What's the number?
Oh my God, 201-906-3853.
I went to joewizsports.com and got a free copy of his tip sheet. Tons of free winners.
You owe me, dude. I hooked you up with one of the biggest names in sports betting. You know what they say, nobody beats the Wiz.
Bing bang.
Cheerleaders Philadelphia is your fight night headquarters. Head to Cheerleaders Saturday, August 17th to catch all the action of UFC 305 when middleweight champ Dracus du Plessis takes on former champ Israel Adesanya. Du Plessis versus Adesanya at Cheerleaders August 17th. The newly renovated Cheerleaders has the sexiest entertainers performing live on stage from noon until 2 a.m. Special overtime hours Friday and Saturday open until 4 a.m. Overtime DJs are DJ Brusco and DJ Pry.
How would you like to get free baseball winners 7 days a week? Just follow and win on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. No hype, no pressure, nobody to talk to. Joe Wiz is one of the biggest names in sports betting. Just follow on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. That's JOEWIZ Sports. Free picks 7 days a week. Plain and simple. Follow and win on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. Or call direct 888-WIN-7000. That's 888-WIN-7000.
You are listening to The Fine Line, and thanks for tuning in for this special edition of The Fine Line podcast and our sponsors, NielsenDodge.com. Whether you have no credit or poor credit, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a driver's license, you'll be driving home in a pre-owned or brand new vehicle. Go to NielsenDodge.com and visit CheerleadersPhiladelphia.com. If you're in the Philadelphia area, go to CheerleadersPhiladelphia.com. As I mentioned, there's some big series going on in baseball this week. A lot of them have playoff implications. Texas Rangers are fighting for their lives against the Yankees, who are in a tie with the Baltimore Orioles. We got the Houston Astros taking on the Boston Red Sox. Cleveland taking on the Twins. Phillies, Diamondbacks, a rematch of last year's National League Championship. The Mets in Seattle. Wow, what is going on in baseball? I love all these tight races here. And I'll tell you one thing. I mean, the Yankees, I don't know what to tell you about the Yankees. I mean, they were outscored by the Angels 17-6 in the last 2 games. The lowly Angels, without Mike Trout, without nothing to play for, there is absolutely no excuse with this. Boone, you know, this Yankee team is better get to the World Series or he's got to go. I'm sorry. There's no other excuse for it. Cortez was terrible. No wonder why he was on the trade deadline. 4 innings, pitched 4 2/3, 9 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs. Oh my God. Yankees are so fortunate the Baltimore Orioles have been struggling as well. Otherwise, they would be in trouble. The Boston Red Sox, watch out. They're just 4 games behind going into this weekend series against the Astros. The Red Sox are just 4 games behind in the loss column to the Yankees and Orioles. Stranger things have happened. One thing about the Boston Red Sox that's interesting is they're taking on the Houston Astros. Boston is one of the few teams that has a better road record by far. They're 34-24 on the road, are the Red Sox. At home, at Fenway, where you think they would have a big home field advantage, they are 1 game under 500 going into the series against the Houston Astros, which is surprising because the Red Sox always had a great home field advantage at Fenway. Not the case this year. They're one of the few playoff contenders that have a losing record at home. As a matter of fact, they're the only one. But they have a good road record. It's very difficult to win on the road. Houston Astros right now, they're in a dead heat with the Seattle Mariners. Now, here's the deal. Houston and Seattle are tied. The loser out in the West may not even make the wild card because right now Seattle is 4 games behind in the wild card. And so the winner of the West makes the playoffs. The loser might not make it in. And you got still the Texas Rangers. Their only hope of making it and defending their World Series crown is to get in by winning the West, because in the wild card, they're almost 10 games behind. So what's going to happen here? Houston Astros taking on the Boston Red Sox on Saturday. I'm expecting, if we got this pitching matchup, depending what happened with the weather, if Criswell and Arrighetti go on Saturday, I like the over in this game here. Arrighetti's 4-10, but 5.33 ERA. Red Sox have not played well at home, as I mentioned, and Criswell, is pitching. He's 4-4 with a 4.02 ERA. Play over the total between Boston and Houston. Another interesting series, the San Diego Padres have been playing really well out west. Them and Arizona have been on fire. 8-2 in the last 10 games, both teams. And right now, the Padres are taking on the Miami Marlins. They couldn't ask for a better opponent. San Diego Padres took care of the Pirates. Now Waldron goes, he's 7-9 with a 3.79 ERA going up against Munoz, who is 2-6 with a 5.68 ERA. I'm laying the wood on the road. Take the Padres to knock off the Marlins. As I mentioned, there was some games on the East Coast, the Yankees, Boston, some of them might have been affected by Hurricane Debbie, so you might see some double headers. Baseball is very interesting because I always tell people you could bet baseball with a listed pitcher. What that means, if you have a certain pitcher that you like, and most games that we value in baseball are predicated on the pitcher. So if you find a baseball game and you're betting that team, say the Yankees have Cole pitching, but you're not sure if he's going to pitch, you could just say, I want listed Cole. So if Cole does not pitch, then you get your money back. But if you bet action, that means whoever pitches, you got action, plain and simple. You could bet the F5, which is the first 5 innings. If you have a pitcher that you know is going to, on a pitch count, but it's going to pitch really well, and their bullpen is suspect, the Yankees, then you might want to take a shot with the first 5 innings. That's F5. And baseball, a lot of people ask me whether you should do the money line or the run line. I always tell people just do the money line. Baseball is unique because all you have to do is win the game. It's one of the few sports, unlike football, unlike basketball, where you always get burnt by the hook or lose by a point, whatever the case may be. Baseball, not the case. If you have the money line, all you have to do is win the game. I am really pumped up because today I found one game in baseball. It's a big dog that's going to win outright. Well, they better win outright because all you have to do is win, but you're going to get a good ROI. That's what I should have said. Return on investment. That's what it's all about. So this dog is going to show a good ROI. You give me a call or text me at 201-906-3853 and just use your free VIP code 909. It's that simple. Do it right now. Call and I'll give you use that free code 909. I'll give you the big dog in baseball. And then I also have a game in football where the line is off by 10 points. It's another dog that's going to win outright. This one is gigantic in football. You call me, I'll give you the big money move in baseball, and I'll also give you the big underdog in the NFL. And I don't care what anybody tells me, whether they like preseason or this and that. There is a lot of good information in preseason football. On Thursday, we play both unders. If you went to my Twitter feed, Joe with Sports, I mentioned that weather could be a factor in both games. Guess what? Both games at Foxborough and at MetLife Stadium, both went under the total. So we get some good information, and sometimes it's just common sense on how to play it, who's playing, who's not playing. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter, Joe with Sports. If you'd like to get a free copy of my tip sheet, go to my website, joewithsports.com. We have a tip sheet that's available right now. You go there, you sign up for it, you get a lot of good free winners. joewithsports.com. You'll see I made the biggest legal bet ever in the state of New Jersey as well. And you want to qualify to win a free $1 million? Hey, hit me up on Instagram, Joe with Sports. Here's the deal. You follow, you send me a DM. What happens? We send you a check mark. What does that mean? If we hit the Powerball, you qualify to win. Not only you qualify, you get $1 million. I just have to hit the Powerball. I'm not talking 5 out of 6. Don't be silly. I'm talking about if I hit that gigantic jackpot, you get $1 million cash delivered to your house in a wheelbarrow. And it doesn't cost you a penny. You just follow me on Instagram, Joe with Sports. Now, here's the best part. We send you a check mark. Once you follow us, you're going to get free picks every day. Whether you want football, NFL, college, you want baseball, upcoming hockey, you qualify. to win $1 million, and I'll also send you my two big winners. One in baseball, it's a big dog, and I got one play in the NFL where the line is off by 10 points. Just follow me on Instagram or Twitter, Joe Wiz Sports. Speaking of the football action, there's a ton of games going on today in the NFL. 9 games total. Plus, we got the Olympic basketball championship, the gold medal. Who is going to win? Team USA, or is it going to be the hometown France? USA is heavily favored. I'll tell you who's going to win right after this.
I'm Matt Brown with your NFL Flash Update. The Kansas City Chiefs are looking to three-peat as they continue to prep for the upcoming season. This time, Patrick Mahomes and company are on the road at Jacksonville, where they are currently favored to lose. On the other side of the ball, Jacksonville is looking to right the ship after last season didn't go the way they hoped. Jacksonville is currently favored to win at -125. Will Kansas City's dominance continue? Get the winners on Instagram at JoeWizSports.
Cheerleaders Philadelphia is your fight night headquarters. Head to Cheerleaders Saturday, August 17th to catch all the action of UFC 305 when middleweight champ Dracus du Plessis takes on former champ Israel Adesanya. Du Plessis versus Adesanya at Cheerleaders August 17th. The newly renovated Cheerleaders has the sexiest entertainers performing live on stage from noon until 2 a.m. Special overtime hours Friday and Saturday open until 4 a.m. Overtime DJs are DJ Brosco and DJ Pry.
This is The Wiz. Did you just text me? Well, you can. 201-906-3853. Let me know if you want a free winner in baseball, if you want a free winner in soccer, the WNBA, horse racing, I got you covered. 201-906-3853. Plain and simple. Text and win. Let me know if you want baseball, you want soccer, WNBA, horse racing, I got you covered. 201-906-3853.
Hey Mike, you hear about this sports handicapper Joe Wiz?
Isn't he the guy that has that sports betting show on ESPN?
Yeah, I started following him on Twitter and he's been on fire. I don't even have to call anyone for the free pick.
Are you serious?
Yup, just follow him at Joe Wiz Sports on Twitter and his handle is the same on Instagram.
Didn't he make that big $20,000 bet or something I saw on the news?
Yeah, I think the video is on his website, joewizsports.com.
I'm gonna follow him now. What's his Twitter again?
It's at Joe Wiz Sports.
Wow, I just followed him. He's the real deal, all right. He's on ESPN with thousands of followers.
You can call or text him to get a free winner instantly. Here's his number, 201-906-3853.
What's the number?
Oh my God, 201-906-3853.
I went to JoeWizSports.com and got a free copy of his tip sheet. Tons of free winners.
You owe me, dude. I hooked you up with one of the biggest names in sports betting. You know what they say, nobody beats the Wiz.
Bing bang. Robot, why do customers love Nielsen Dodge?
Low prices, great service. Lisa new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT Plus E all-wheel drive, just $89 a month.
And the robot never asked for a raise.
I don't want a raise.
See?
I want to run the whole show.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at NielsenDodge.com. It's the season.
With approval, term Hornet 24 months due at sign, $40.89. Add tax tag and $4.98 dock and DMV fees.
How would you like to get free baseball winners 7 days a week? Just follow and win on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. No hype, no pressure, nobody to talk to. Joe Wiz is one of the biggest names in sports betting. Just follow on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. That's JOEWIZ Sports. Free picks 7 days a week. Plain and simple. Follow and win on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. Or call direct 888-WIN-7000. That's 888-WIN-7000.
Welcome back to The Fine Line. I'm The Wiz, and thanks for tuning in for this super edition of The Fine Line podcast. Wow, we got a ton of action. We talked about some baseball. We talked about some basketball. We'll have the pick between Team USA and France, which will be for the gold medal. Team USA is going for their 5th straight gold medal, and the updated line right now has Team USA heavily favored by 16.5, and the total's at 178.5. And France cannot be dismissed. They knocked off Canada, they knocked off Germany, and they got Victor Wembanyama. Wow, and they got some good other players as well. So we'll talk about that gold medal matchup, which takes place Saturday at 3:30 in the afternoon. Ton of football action going on. There are 9 games on the board and starts early at MetLife Stadium, where the Jets will be taking on the Washington Commanders. The current line has the Commanders favored by 2.5. The total of this game is at 34.5. Jets have a very good defense, and I know most of their starters will not be playing here, but I'm going to go under the total, play under 35. I'm behind the half point. And people that don't follow sports and about half points never get burnt by the hook. So right now the total is at 34.5. And as you know, on Thursday we had the under between the Giants. That was an easy play where the Giants took on the Lions. We played under 35.5, and that was the final. Giants won that game 14-3. We also had the total under in New England. That went under 17-3. That was 34.5. I'm going under 35 between the Jets and Commanders, buying the half point. And people that don't follow buying half points, normally if you're betting 100, you have to put up a 110 to make 100. Now, if you're buying a half point, you pay a little bit extra, but it's buying protection for yourself. So if for some reason the game lands 18-17, an unlikely event, then you have 35, it's a push, which means you get your money back instead of losing. You never want to get burnt by the hook. I talk about that all the time here on the show, and we'll be talking about it a lot more as football season gets going along here. Then at 1 p.m. on Saturday, you have the Bears taking on the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be curious to see what the Buffalo Bills do this year. They have a totally revamped offense. Buffalo Bills are favored by 1.5 over the Bears. The total is at 39. Hey, Kansas City Chiefs travel to Jacksonville. It's one of the few times you might see the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs as an underdog. Even though it's preseason, Jaguars are favored by 1, and the total in that game is at 40.5. And when you take a look at the Super Bowl odds right now, Kansas City to win the Super Bowl, to be playing in Bourbon Street on February 9th. Kansas City is plus 550. San Francisco plus 650. Baltimore's plus 1,000. We'll get a good indication about Baltimore Ravens and how good they are, because they meet up on the first Thursday of the NFL season. Baltimore will be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs to kick off the NFL season. That game will be taking place right on that Thursday in the NFL. So we'll talk about that game as well. Regular season action is on September 5th. Baltimore taking on Kansas City at Arrowhead. The Chiefs are favored by 3. The total in that game is at 46. Rather high total. If I was going to look at that game right now, I'd lean towards the under, as it did go under when they played at M&T Stadium as well. And then on Friday, a special edition of the NFL on September 6th, Green Bay takes on the Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil. Eagles are favored by 2.5. The total is at 48. So boy, we're talking lines in the NFL. I absolutely love it. There's 9 games on the board today in the NFL. I found the one game where the line is off by 10 points. And when it comes to preseason, it's all about information. During the regular season, everyone knows who's playing, who's not playing, who the backup quarterback is. But during a regular season, preseason, I mean, nobody knows anything. I mean, you know, some of the players you might not know. Most people don't know who the second string quarterback is, who the third string quarterback is. Some coaches will play to win. Some coaches are playing a very conservative. They know they got a team like the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid knows what he's got. You know, he doesn't need to go out there and prove anything, and doesn't want to risk any injuries. As I mentioned, it's imminent that the NFL is going to go to an 18-game schedule as early as next year, and we'll be seeing, only 2 preseason games, because right now teams are very, very cautious about playing any of their starters. They don't just want them to get hurt, because the coach would have to do a lot of explaining if his player got hurt in preseason action. But there are some starters that do play, and some backups that are really important that do have some experience. And that's why I found the one game that I absolutely love in the preseason on Saturday. If you call or text me, I'll give you this game. It's the line is off by 10 points. Here's what you do. Just call me at 201-906-3853. When you call, just use your free code 909. I'm going to give you this big play in the NFL. And if you don't want the NFL, I have a big dog in baseball that's going to show a big ROI. We talk about that all the time. Return on investment, minimal risk, maximum reward. Consider me a financial analyst, someone with over 20 years of experience, and I can steer you in the right direction. Listen, I don't sit here and tell you at 85% or 80% or 75%. If I can hit 65% or 60% on a consistent basis, I'm very happy and I'm very content. It's all about money management, how you manage your money, because you could hit 50% and still make money. I talk about this all the time. Say you bet 2 games for 100 each and they lose, and just say you lost 200 without the juice, and say you bet 2 games for a nickel each and you picked up a dime, which is 1,000. So you're 2 and 2, you're 50%, but yet you made an $800 profit. Get my point? No pun intended. That's what money management is all about. Most people don't know how to manage their money, not only when it comes to sports betting, but in life in general. When you go food shopping, or you're going out to the supermarket, if you're going to the gasoline, getting gas, or if you're going on vacation, or if you're going on a trip. You don't want to spend all your money in the first day. And the same thing when it comes to sports investments. I like to treat this as an investment. Playing in the NFL here that I also like a total. Tampa Bay is taking on Cincinnati. The total in this game is at 38.5. I'm going under the total between the Buccaneers and Bengals on Saturday at 7 p.m. Play the total under 39. Don't get burned by the hook. Buy the half point. I always buy half points. I just won't allow myself to lose by a half point. And maximum protection is what I'm looking for. So we're under 39 between Tampa and Cincinnati, and I gave you the under in the Jets game, and I have one game where the line is off by 10 points. You call me or text me, I'll give it to you right now. 201-906-3853. Use free VIP code 909. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter right now. If you go to Instagram and follow me, you qualify to win a free $1 million. You get a check mark, and we send you the big play in football where the wrong team is favored. The line is off by 10 points, and I got a big money move in baseball. It's a big dog that's going to show a big ROI. Remember those 3 letters, return on investment. That's what this is, strategy, strategic management, return on investment. And I'll show you how to make money. I'm never going to give you a big favorite where you have to play 2 to 1, where you have to put up 200 to make a dime, or 200 to make 100, or 2 dimes to make 1 dime. That's silly. You want to make smart decisions, and that's what it's all about. Call me or text me right now, 201-906-3853. And make sure you use your free code 909. It's that simple. 1 big winner in the NFL, 1 big winner in baseball. That's all you need today to make some big money. And on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. And if you want a free copy of my newsletter, just go to my website, joewizsports.com. That's JOEWIZ Sports.com. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We come back. We're going to talk about the gold medal matchup. Team USA taking on France. Is a potential upset looming? We'll find out right after this.
I'm Matt Brown with your college football flash update. With college football around the corner, the University of Georgia is looking to retake their place atop the college football world. The Bulldogs' journey back to greatness will not be an easy one, as Georgia will face the Alabama Crimson Tide in just the 4th game of the year. UGA opens their season from Atlanta against Clemson University, where the Bulldogs currently sit as a -715 favorite. Will Georgia start the season strong? Head over to Joe Wiz Sports on Instagram for the winner.
Robot, why do customers love Nielsen Dodge?
Low prices, great service. Lisa new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT Plus E all-wheel drive, just $89 a month.
And the robot never asked for a raise.
I don't want a raise.
See?
I want to run the whole show.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com. It's the season.
With approval, term Hornet 24 months due at sign, $40.89. Add tax tag and $4.98 dock and DMV fees.
This is The Wiz. Did you just text me? Well, you can. 201-906-3853. Let me know if you want a free winner in baseball, if you want a free winner in soccer, the WNBA, horse racing, I got you covered. 201-906-3853. Plain and simple. Text and win. Let me know if you want baseball, you want soccer, WNBA, horse racing, I got you covered. 201-906-3853.
Hey Mike, you hear about this sports handicapper Joe Wiz?
Isn't he the guy that has that sports betting show on ESPN? ESPN?
Yeah, I started following him on Twitter and he's been on fire. I don't even have to call anyone for the free pick.
Are you serious?
Yup, just follow him at Joe Wiz Sports on Twitter and his handle is the same on Instagram.
Didn't he make that big $20,000 bet or something I saw on the news?
Yeah, I think the video is on his website, joewizsports.com.
I'm gonna follow him now. What's his Twitter again?
It's at Joe Wiz Sports.
Wow, I just followed him. He's the real deal, all right. He's on ESPN with thousands of followers.
You can call or text him to get a free winner instantly. Here's his number, 201-906-3853.
What's the number?
Oh my God, 201-906-3853.
I went to joewizsports.com and got a free copy of his tip sheet. Tons of free winners.
You owe me, dude. I hooked you up with one of the biggest names in sports betting. You know what they say, nobody beats the Wiz.
Bing bong.
Cheerleaders Philadelphia is your Fight Night headquarters. Head to Cheerleaders Saturday, August 17th to catch all the action of UFC 305 when middleweight champ Dracus du Plessis takes on former champ Israel Adesanya. Du Plessis versus Adesanya at Cheerleaders August 17th. The newly renovated Cheerleaders has the sexiest entertainers performing live on stage from noon until 2 a.m. Special overtime hours Friday and Saturday open until 4 a.m. Overtime DJs are DJ Brusco and DJ Pry.
How would you like to get free baseball winners 7 days a week? Just follow and win on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. No hype, no pressure, nobody to talk to. Joe Wiz is one of the biggest names in sports betting. Just follow on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. That's JOEWIZ Sports. Free picks 7 days a week. Plain and simple. Follow and win on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. Or call direct 888-WIN-7000. That's 888-WIN-7000.
Welcome back to The Fine Line. We just have a few minutes remaining in this action-packed show. Remember, today's show is brought to you by NielsenDodge.com. Whether you have no credit or poor credit, it doesn't matter. You could be driving home in a pre-owned or brand new vehicle in a whiz moment. Visit NielsenDodge.com and also visit CheerleadersPhiladelphia.com. That's CheerleadersPhiladelphia.com. And behind the scenes, we have Katie, we got Matt, and Jordan will be back in with us next week as we bring you the best information in the world. And everybody wants to know who is going to win the gold medal game, Team USA or France. USA rallied from 17 points down in a thrilling 95-91 victory over Serbia on Thursday to advance to the gold medal game. And it's the 5th straight gold medal game that USA is looking for. LeBron James had 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists, and he became the first player to post 2 triple-doubles in Olympics history. Curry knocked down 9 3-pointers. Bogdan Bogdanovic and Nikolai Jokic combined for 37 points, but it wasn't enough. But Team USA is going to have their hands full. They were down by 17. I thought we were going to see one of the biggest upsets ever. I have to be honest with you. I took the points, in that matchup with Serbia. It was getting 16 points. I took the points, and that USA won by 4. I was like, boy, I should have taken the points on the money line, but as it were, resulted USA came back and knocked off Serbia. Meanwhile, France knocked off Canada. They knocked off Germany 73-69. They're led by Victor Wembanyama. And this line here, to me, is a bit high. It is 16.5 points right now. The total of this game is at 178.5. I'm going to go with France. But Team USA wins the gold medal in another thriller. I think this game is going to be close, but Team USA pulls away at the end like they did against Serbia. I'm going to take the points, but I'm going to take the points with the hometown crowd behind them with France and Paris. I'm taking the 16.5. I'm going to buy the half point. I'm taking 17. I think I'll find 17 without even buying the half point as far as that's concerned. So I mentioned a lot of good series in baseball going on this weekend. We got the Mets out west taking on Seattle. The Mets, Logan Gilbert and Manaea going for the Mets. Seattle Mariners, I don't know what to think about them. They've been reeling back and forth. Seattle, the way they're playing, they're just only a couple of games over 500. 500. I like the total to go under between the Mets and the Seattle Mariners. Logan Gilbert is 6-8 with a 3.05 ERA. Manaea is 8-4 with a 3.30 ERA. So I like the total under there. You're looking for a little bit of a dog in baseball? It's not the one I have, but the Pirates, Skeens is pitching for the Pirates. You know who he is, right? The best player in baseball, one of the best pitchers in baseball. He's 6-1 with a 1.99 ERA going up against Ryan and the Dodgers. But the Dodgers have not been playing well this year. They play well at home into the series right now. They're 35-21 at home, and the Pirates are reeling after getting swept by the Padres. But Skeens is a different animal, and he'll be a big dog. Not my biggest play in baseball, but that's another live dog. I found another dog in baseball that I absolutely love. Give me a call right now, 201-906-3853. Just remember, free VIP code 909. You mentioned 909, I'm going to give you a big dog in baseball, and I have a game in the NFL where the line is off by 10 points. There's 9 games on the board today in the NFL on Saturday. It starts with the Jets Commanders. You got the Bears and Bills. A couple of interesting matchups. Seahawks taking on the Chargers. Seahawks are favored by 3 in LA against the Chargers, all right? You know, we talk about that one here. Green Bay's taking on Cleveland. Packers are a nice tempting dog at 3.5. Maybe that's the play I have going off at 425 on Saturday. I'll tell you which game the line is off by 10 points in the NFL. And some people don't like betting preseason, but hey, I look at it as an opportunity to make money. It's all about return on investment. So whatever I feel is going to win, that's what I give you. On Twitter, on Thursday, I told you the totals in New England and at MetLife would go under, and both went under. So hit me up on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. You follow, you win. We send you a check mark. You qualify to win a free $1 million. On Instagram, follow me right now, Joe Wiz Sports. You get free picks every day, 7 days a week. Whether you want football, you want baseball, soccer, hockey, I got you covered. You can do it on Twitter as well, Joe Wiz Sports. Get a free copy of my tip sheet, joewizsports.com. Go to the website. You'll see I made the biggest legal bet ever in the state of New Jersey. And as I mentioned, college football in 2 weeks from now starts, and it's in Dublin, Ireland. A lot of people didn't know this game is being played on a neutral site in Aviva Stadium. And as I mentioned, I gave this game out weeks ago. I took Georgia Tech plus the 14. That line's down to 12. FSU, remember they had that controversy. They were suing the NCAA. They had an unbeaten, unblemished record, and then they got embarrassed in the bowl game. But that's when their quarterback got knocked out. Travis got knocked out. So, you know, now Florida State is rebuilding, and they're laying a lot of points on the road. I do like Georgia Tech in 2 weeks in Dublin, Ireland. I am pumped up talking about the NFL, college football, and baseball. I have a big dog. Wow. We're going to make some big money today. Hit me up right now, 201-906-3853. You can call that number or text it. Just use your free code 909 and you get 2 big winners, one in baseball, one in the NFL. And if you can't call, go to Instagram right now. Qualify to win a free $1 million. Joe Wiz Sports. Once you follow me for lifetime and get free winners every day. Joe Wiz Sports. We are just about out of time. I want to thank everyone for tuning in for this special edition of the Fine Line Podcast. We want to thank our sponsors, NielsenDodge.com, and also Cheerleaders Philadelphia. And behind the scenes, we got Katie, we got Matt and Jordan. I'm the Wiz, and we will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in to this Fine Line Podcast.